So you're moving to Northern Virginia and you have no idea exactly where to live. Well, guess what? In this week's video, I'm gonna share with you 7 tips and strategies to help you decide where to live in Northern Virginia, and we're getting started right now. Boom! Hey everybody, it is David, your favorite realtor. As always, you know it's another beautiful day right here in Northern Virginia. If it's your first time here on my channel, please hit that subscribe button because every week I release videos what it's like to live, work, play, pros and cons, top neighborhoods, cost of living, basically everything that you need to know about living right here in Northern Virginia. Northern Virginia. So hands down, one of the hardest parts of the process of moving to the area is deciding where to live. It can be very overwhelming, and it's not easy when you're relocating from another part of the country to an area that you're not familiar with. And not to mention, Northern Virginia, it is a massive area. In fact, it's actually even bigger than the whole state of Rhode Island. And if Northern Virginia was actually just one big city, it would be the 4th largest city by land size in the whole United States. So here in Northern Virginia, we have 4 major counties: Arlington, Fairfax, Prince William, and Loudoun County. In all 4 of these counties, they're gonna be completely different in terms of price range, lifestyle, and obviously location. So since I started this YouTube channel about 2 years ago, I've helped so many families relocate to Northern Virginia from all over the world. So I have some great tips and strategies to really help you decide where exactly to live right here in Northern Virginia. So let's get the video started right now with the first way to decide where to live in Northern Virginia. Where is your job gonna be located? Now I know this seems obvious, but this is a great starting point. Because like I said earlier in the video, most people don't realize how big Northern Virginia is, and then you have other factors like traffic as well. So for example, if we're on the phone and you're just like, hey David, I'm moving to the area, but I'm gonna be working in DC and I gotta be in the office 5 days a week. Well, if you gotta work in DC, I'm not gonna recommend you live out in Loudoun County, unless you don't mind commuting hour and 15, hour and 30 minutes each way, 5 days a week. And on the flip side, if you're telling me, hey David, I'm gonna be working in Ashburn, well, there's no reason at all you should be living in Old Town Alexandria. Most people I talk to when they're relocating here, ideally they want to be no more than like 35 or 45 minutes away from their home to the office, which makes sense. Who wants to commute 12, 13, 14, 15 hours a week? That is not a high quality of life in my opinion. I've done that before where I had to travel hour and a half a day to commute to and from the office, and that's why I got rid of that and moved literally 5 minutes away from my office. And my quality of life is so much easier not having to deal with the day-to-day traffic and the commute time. So that's why so many people rather live as close to their office as possible. Now, if you're gonna be working 100% remotely, which is pretty common in this day and age, then that literally opens up all of Northern Virginia for you, because where you live really is not gonna matter since you work from home anyway. So every time I talk to somebody who's moving to the area, this is literally one of the first questions I ask them, because the answer to this question will literally eliminate 50% of Northern Virginia, which will help narrow down your search on exactly where to live. Now, the next great resource to help you decide exactly where to live in Northern Virginia, and you're watching it right now, that's gonna be my YouTube channel. I started this YouTube channel March of 2020, and I have over 100 videos. And all these videos, they're all about what it's like to live here, what it's like to move here, top neighborhoods, pros and cons, drone tours, and so much more. And the main goal of my channel is to provide as much valuable information for you to really help you move to Northern Virginia that much easier. And now I do have over 100 videos on my channel, like I said. Now I don't have a video on every single area in Northern Virginia because it's such a massive area. It's gonna take me a few more years to get there, but that leads into my next resource to help you decide where to live. And that's gonna be reach out to me. Give me a call, shoot me a text, let's schedule a Zoom call, and we can chat for 15, 20, 30 minutes. And I can go over your exact situation, kind of what your wants are, what your needs are, and what your specific goals are, and exactly what you're looking for. Use me as a resource. Even if we end up never working with each other, I got your back, and I'm more than happy to jump on a call with you. In fact, this past week, I think I had like 4 or 5 phone calls with folks just like you relocating to the area. And I may only end up working with one of those 5. I have no problem just really helping people and bringing as much value as possible, because I know exactly what it's like to relocate to another area, because I did it in the year 2000 when I moved here. and I know how stressful it can be. I just wish there would have been people like me 22 years ago when I was moving here, because that would have made my move that much easier. Now, the next way to help you decide on exactly where to live in Northern Virginia, and that is get a short-term rental. Now, let's say, for example, you're relocating here from Arizona, and you know you want to buy a house, or even rent for that matter, but you don't want to buy a house virtually. I mean, you can only tell so much about a house through the pictures, or even if you're doing like, FaceTime call, you can't get a feel for the neighborhood if you're not boots on the ground. So what I recommend, or what a lot of my clients do, they'll get a short-term lease, whether it's like a 3 to 6 month lease at like an apartment complex, or maybe a 30 to 60 day Airbnb or extended stay or something like that. So basically they'll come here, be boots on the ground, and that way you can see the homes in person, get a great feel for the neighborhood, and that way you don't get like buyer's remorse, maybe buying a house that you really didn't know exactly what the neighborhood was like. So short-term rental is something I 100% recommend. In fact, if I was to like relocate to like Florida tomorrow, this is a strategy I would definitely do. Just probably get like a 30-day Airbnb and just be able to shop homes in person and really get a feel for the whole area. In fact, I just had a client relocate here from Southern California, and when he called me, he said, "Hey David, I got a 30-day Airbnb all set up. My goal is to fly in and find a house within 30 days. So it was so beneficial for him and his family because they got to see, like I said, see the homes in person. And guess what? We actually found the house in that 30-day time frame, so it was a very successful trip for them overall. Next on the list, and that's gonna be budget. Now, this is probably one of the biggest factors on determining where you're gonna live. Like if you reach out to me and say, "Hey David, I need a single family under $600,000. Well, guess what? There's only a few places in Northern Virginia where you can get a single family in that price range. Now, on the flip side, if you say, "Hey, David, my budget's $2 million, well, you can basically live anywhere in Northern Virginia. And just so you know, rule of thumb is the closer you get to Washington, D.C., more expensive the home prices are. I'll give you a quick breakdown of kind of what you can expect to spend on average for a single family home with our 4 major counties. So if you're looking for a single family home in Arlington County, this can be $1.35 million on average. That's super expensive. And then Fairfax County, on average, this is going to be $1,065,000. Then a single family home in Loudoun County is going to be $980,000. And now for the least expensive county in all of Northern Virginia, that's going to be Prince William County, where the average sales price of a single family home is actually only $684,000. So like I said, budget is going to be huge in determining where you're going to live. When a client tells me their budget, I can really eliminate half of Northern Virginia just like that, just based on their budget. So that's one of the most important things, and this actually goes for you for renting as well, because to rent a single family home in Arlington County is going to be way more compared to renting a single family in Prince William County. So it goes for renting and buying as well. So keep that in mind when you move to the area. That budget is probably one of the biggest factors in determining where you're going to live. Now, the next way to decide on where to live, and that's going to be what's your lifestyle like. Are you 30 years old, single, young professional, and you can be working in DC or Arlington? Well, guess what? I'm not going to recommend you live in Loudoun County. I'm going to say live right there in Arlington. It's a great place to live if you're young. Ton of restaurants, ton of bars, ton of nightlife, and it's a great place to meet people for that age group. And then are you moving to Northern Virginia because you just got a tech job in Reston and you got to travel a lot for work? So I would recommend you actually live in Reston, maybe Reston Town Center. That way you're probably close to work, you're close to Dulles Airport, you can travel in and out, especially if you have to travel a lot for work. And then, are you a family of 5? And schools are important for you. Safety, maybe a big, beautiful single family home with a nice lot. Well, I may recommend that you live in Loudoun County. So your lifestyle, how big your household is, exactly what you're looking for is really gonna help determine where you wanna live. Now, the next tip to help you decide on where to live, and I recommend this to every single person who reaches out to me, and that is come here for a scouting trip, like maybe over a long weekend. So let's say, for example, you're moving here from California, and maybe you've been to Northern Virginia one time. I say jump on a plane, come here, long weekend, 3, 4, even 5 days, the longer the better, and just drive around Northern Virginia. That way you'll be able to add areas to your list and more importantly, remove areas to your list, and you'll just get a great feel in certain towns and neighborhoods. And this will make your relocation to Northern Virginia that much easier because you have like 4 or 5 areas already narrowed down. So that way when you're ready to start shopping for homes, you know exactly what areas to look in. So yes, relocating to another part of the country, especially an area you're not too familiar with, it's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be stressful. It may even give you some anxiety, but these feelings are completely normal. That's why, again, like I said, use me as your resource. Reach out to me. Watch my YouTube channel. You know I got your back. And if you want to learn more about living or moving to Northern Virginia, check out these videos right here. They're going to be awesome resources. And I'll see you on the next video.